everyone, to Tempe, Arizona and Mountain America Stadium, home to the Arizona State Sun Devils, where Sparky and his gang have been sharpening those pitchforks in anticipation of this one. The Sun Devils will put total weather to crank us up. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The Orange offense will take the field, and they have the first possession of this game. And all eyes will be on this man because he is electrifying every time he touches the ball.
I mean, so much fun to watch. Can hit home runs, can make big plays. Everything in this offense starts with that grown man.
What I really like about him, too, is he's versatile, right? He can carry the rock, he can catch the football, he's good at blocking. This guy stays on the field for a reason.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of bounce, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play.
Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
The offense set for a first down play. The give from the gun. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after the pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this round.
Syracuse right back at it. They'll go right back to him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Pinned just inside their own 20. They need to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The Orange will have to punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He gets a block. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Using the quick game. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. It's not the first time they've seen that.
They'll give it to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Right, how about this offense? You think of this offense, you think of throwing the football and top 10 passing in all of college football, but the defense knew something, right? Like you could tell they were going to come out and run the football. They brought out the goal line, brought in some big boys, and really was ready for the run on that play.
On third down going up top. Catch in the middle. It's Stewart. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense too, right? There was a broken tackle. The guy made it look like he was going to pick up the first, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up fourth down.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field, looking for a productive play on first down. They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's James. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. They'll try to get it through the air. Fires to the tight end. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. He knew that he was coming. He had to get rid of it in a hurry, and he did so beautifully.
Perfectly. I don't need a big gain. I don't need to hold on to this football because the longer I hold on to it, the blitz coming, the worse things are going to happen. I just need a few yards for the first down, get it out of my hand, get the first down.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of them.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, that's their third sack of the game, and we knew statistically coming into this game, this is one of the top 25 units in the nation getting after the quarterback. I just love how athletic they are up front, and they are giving this offensive line headaches and nightmares up to this point of the game.
And he is corralled short of the line to gain. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Quickly to the tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. They'll try to get the first through the air. Now improvising. Pulls it in. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield, or if he lines up at wide receiver, this dude can get open, and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
Woo, boy, this freshman quarterback has a hose. Did he sing that thing in there? And the Sun Devils are marching down the field. Grabbed behind the line, it's Stewart. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Arizona State! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it 14-0.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll they'll stop him at the 16. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He's looking to throw it. Caught in the backfield, it's Bush. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the wideout. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. Running back searching for a hole. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Syracuse right back at it. He's back to throw on second down. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Cuse. Talk about a breakdown in coverage. That might be the easiest catch he'll have all day.
It doesn't get much easier than that, except the hardest part about this is the walk to the sidelines, because then you have to justify what happened, and your defensive coach is going to be just a smidge upset that you left that guy wide open in the end zone for the big play.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
The Sun Devils pick up the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
And they got him for the sack.
All right, well, that QB knows he now has to get the ball out of his hands quick because that defensive end turned the corner fast.
A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. Gonna take a shot. Ball in the air. Intercepted. Lowers those pads. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Makes the grab. It's James. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
Well, they picked up that first running the football. That's good news for an offensive line that really has been getting pushed around and bullied in this game so far. Let's see what happens moving forward.
They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go to the ground. Running it in the red zone, imposing their will and picking up 5 down to the 15. Syracuse right back at it. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. And wings it incomplete.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
They got it. It's blocked. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. After that huge play, they've now got it inside the 30. It's 1st and 10. He'll pull it down. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
And if I'm a QB, I'm calling my own number a lot, especially when it's successful like this. Continue to put me in good situations, continue to get positive chunks of yards. Yep, I'll keep that more.
Quick strike complete. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Sun Devils have their offense in high gear. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Unloads quickly. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that line.
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
Really nice job by the quarterback getting through his progression. He wanted to throw that football down the field, but nobody was open. He never forgot about his running back, running the swing route, spitting it out to the perimeter, and letting him do the rest for a touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you've got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut it to a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half. So they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last first down gets them a little bit of confidence.
Got it behind the line. It's Bush. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. They're trying to get to him. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up. Syracuse will send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Quick completion on the out. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Finds his big tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Comes out throwing on first down. Looking for the score. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll be able to snap it one more time. Let's see how aggressive they are on what's likely the final play of the half. Using his legs, it's Bush. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's got a better seat there today in Tempe than you do? And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by acknowledging the sparkling play of this tight end. The guy's like an aircraft carrier out there as a blocker. And then when he releases and shows off that speed and route running, he's almost unguardable. Gotta believe he won't be able to go anywhere in this second half without someone attached to his hip.
Bringing it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. And the 45 on its way. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Small game, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Fires into traffic, picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play, but defense, great job making the interception, and you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Looking for space. It's Ali. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off the blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
He wants to throw it. Floats it out in space. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
That's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring fourth down right in the face.
The Sun Devils will have it 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Give to the running back. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. And the Sun Devils have moved it inside the 20.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offensive success on 3rd down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he is putting the work this week.
And man, this quarterback has had a day. With that pass, he goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice job executing, putting up some yards today. Pretty good day for the young man.
Quickly complete. And oh, did they know that one was coming? They'll knock him down in the backfield.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for him.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Syracuse right back at it.
And credit to the offense, sticking with the run, but man, it's not working, and this defense is not budging, and we've seen them all season. They've been so dominant. I do think it's going to have to come through the air. You're going to have to turn your quarterback loose, let him rip the football, because this defense is so stout against them.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Syracuse will be forced to punt. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. He's got an open man. Can anyone catch it? And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
Snagged in the middle. It's Stewart. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1.
It doesn't matter what the defense has tried to do. Man coverage, zone coverage, blitz, whatever. Quarterback has been locked in. 350 passing yards now.
Touchdown, Arizona State! And the route is on. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. First down here for the offense. Here's the handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
This is one of the best run defenses in the entire country. They pride themselves on being the most physical unit, and you are seeing that in this game, shutting down this running back.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On second down, he'll fire. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Looking to throw, it's Kingsbury. Finds his tight end. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The tight end always finds a way to get open. He's just a first down machine, Jesse.
And he's a guy, Reese, that is proven he can beat man coverage, but he's also so good against zone, too. He just knows where the soft spots are in the defense. That's why this quarterback has so much confidence.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Back to the air one more time. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the fourth quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after it, as you saw it on that sack there.
Finds his man. It's Harper. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trying to take it back. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Single back formation, and they give it to him. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And the pummeling has started. With that last score, things comfortable here in the fourth as they are headed to a 7-1 record. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he puts through the extra point. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Well, you look at Webster's dictionary and the term game wrecker, a picture of this guy is going to show up. He has been unstoppable in this football game. That's his second sack here today.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. The Orange will have to punt. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes a move. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Trying to make magic with his feet. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, to get down and don't take a big hit.
Discards a man. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
The give and tick, 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 tick. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He's up to 86 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. They'll give it to him again. No, he just flat ran over it. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
And how good does that feel, right? You got the lead in the fourth quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
Flips it out in the flat. Touchdown, Arizona State! And the punishment has been extended. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And the point after is good.
That makes the score Arizona State 56.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Setting up the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Dropping back, it's Kingsbury. Makes a connection. Oh, look out. The 10. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. If they still do, count it for 6.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way that coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
He's got an alley. There he goes. Open it up. He will score. Touchdown, Sun Devils. Lining up to add another. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Notre Dame is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Joe Montana, this might not be over yet. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to UAB. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
How about the complimentary football? This defense getting another sack. They've already got an interception. Offense has played great. Both sides of the football together dominating this football.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. He just terrorizes quarterbacks. His 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out. And then
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Arizona State. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coach...
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't...
What a complete disaster. What a terrible decision to run that far backwards and take the safety. They'll boot it away from their own 20 after taking the safety.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line gets set, 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. He's up to 107 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football.
By the running back.
Gonna run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen. Strip the football. Do something.
On third down, he drops the throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. He's got his man. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the first down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Yeah, nice job. Hey, listen, catch the football, understand fourth and short, the situation, and then go get that first down. Don't dilly-dally. Don't try to make a home run play. Get past the sticks. Nice job of understanding that situation.
They're bringing heat. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. 4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone. They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. Gets it to the back. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Timeout is called with just a single second left. One more play to pad the stats. Got his man quickly. And that's how you finish it off, scoring on the final play of the game. Doesn't affect the outcome, just a little cherry on top of the Sunday.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the